The world as we knew it is gone. It didn't end in fire or flood, but in a cascade of shimmering, broken time. They call it the Timefall, a cataclysm that shattered the linear flow of history, slamming eras together like tectonic plates. Now, strange landscapes dominate the horizon. You might see a gleaming skyscraper from the 22nd century, wrapped in the vines of a prehistoric jungle. Roman legionnaires march past the rusted hulks of mid-20th century automobiles, their ghostly forms flickering in and out of existence. Surviving in this chaotic tapestry requires a sharp eye and even quicker feet. Scavengers are the new kings, picking through the debris of countless yesterdays to find the tools for tomorrow. It is a lonely, dangerous existence, where the past is a constant, unpredictable predator. In the heart of this temporal wasteland, a young man named Kael makes his way. He is whip-smart, with a knack for mechanics and a quiet sadness that hangs about him like a shroud. The Timefall didn't just take the world, it took his family, scattering them into the chaotic currents of history, leaving him utterly alone. He survives by his wits, salvaging relics from bygone ages in the ruins of a city where Victorian architecture clashes with brutalist concrete. Kael isn't looking for a fight or a grand purpose. He's just looking to see the next sunrise. His heart a hollow space filled only with the ghosts of what he lost. He believes in nothing but the tangible feel of salvaged metal and the quiet hum of a repaired circuit board. One day, while exploring a newly surfaced fissure that smells of ozone and ancient dust, Kael finds something extraordinary. It is not gold or some lost piece of technology. It is a watch, intricately crafted from a metal that seems to drink the light. As his fingers touch its cool surface, it flares to life, its face not showing numbers but swirling galaxies of light. The watch hums with a power that resonates deep within his chest, a feeling he hasn't experienced since before the world broke. This is no ordinary trinket. It is a key, a remnant of a time before time itself became undone, and it has chosen him. He doesn't know it yet, but this small discovery is about to pull him from his solitary life into the very eye of history's storm. The watch latches onto his wrist, its light pulsing in sync with his heartbeat. Suddenly the world shifts. He sees fleeting images, not just of the past, but of countless possible pasts. A woman's laughter, a warrior's cry, a city's fall, all rushing through his mind in a dizzying torrent. From the device, a soft, ethereal voice whispers his name. It is the voice of Chrona, a spirit born from the very essence of time. She is a guardian, a being trapped within the artifact, and she has been waiting. She explains that the watch is a Chronos compass, and it has bonded with him. He is no longer just a scavenger. He is now a fulcrum, a point upon which the fate of all shattered timelines rests. The choice to simply survive has been taken from him. Chrona's existence is a revelation that shatters Kael's solitary world. She is not just a voice, she is a presence, a guide who explains the true nature of their fractured reality. The Timefall was no accident. It was a deliberate act, an attempt to seize control of history itself. To mend the catastrophic damage, Kael must gather the Epoch Shards, fragments of pure concentrated time that were scattered during the cataclysm. These shards hold the power to stabilize or completely rewrite history. With the Chronos compass on his wrist, Kael can sense their presence. More than that, he can tap into their energy, allowing him to momentarily rewind, pause, or fast-forward small pockets of his immediate surroundings. It's a power that feels unnatural, a violation of the one law he thought was unbreakable. This newfound ability is not a gift, it is a heavy burden. Chrona warns him that every use of the Chronos compass has a cost, creating ripples that can have unforeseen consequences. His mission is clear but seems impossible. Find the Epoch Shards and use them to restore the timeline. But this path is not unguarded. A dangerous cult known as the Regression hunts for the very same shards. They are fanatics who see the Timefall not as a disaster, but as a divine reset button. They don't want to fix the past. They want to erase it completely, rewinding existence back to a mythical year zero, a clean slate where humanity can begin anew, free from its mistakes. They believe this purification will save humanity from itself. Leading the Regression is the charismatic and ruthless Vera. She was a historian before the Timefall, a scholar obsessed with the failures and atrocities of human history. The cataclysm broke her mind but gave her a terrifying purpose. She believes that memory and history are curses, the root of all suffering, and that true peace can only be achieved through total oblivion. Vera and her followers are not just scavengers. They are zealots who wield their own twisted form of time magic, derived from corrupted shards they have already collected. They seek to bring about what they call the Great Unmaking, and anyone who stands in their way is simply another mistake to be erased from the timeline. Kael's first real encounter with the Regression is a brutal lesson in his own powerlessness. He is not a fighter, and his fledgling control over the Chronos compass is clumsy and weak. He is nearly captured, saved only by the timely intervention of a fierce warrior named Rei. She is a whirlwind of motion, her movements honed by years of fighting in the temporal chaos. Rei is a survivor from a timeline that was completely erased by the Regression's early experiments, a ghost fighting to prevent others from sharing her fate. With a shared enemy and a grudging respect, an alliance is forged. Rei, with her combat prowess and grim determination, and Kael, with his unique connection to the Chronos compass, become an unlikely team, their journey for the Epoch Shards truly beginning. The quest for the Epoch Shards takes Kael, Rei, and the ever-present Chrona on a journey across the Shattered Lands. Each location is a bizarre fusion of different historical periods, presenting unique dangers and challenges. They navigate dense jungles where Mesoamerican pyramids are entangled with the wreckage of futuristic starships, battling cybernetically enhanced dinosaurs. They cross desert plains where medieval castles stand besieged by spectral World War I infantry, their ghostly bayonets clashing against stone walls. Each environment tests their skills and their bond. Kael's cleverness and growing control over time get them out of intricate traps, while Rei's strength and battle experience handle the more direct threats. They learn to rely on each other, their initial mistrust slowly evolving into a powerful friendship. With each Epoch Shard they collect, Kael's power grows, but so does the weight on his soul. The shards show him visions, echoes of the lives and worlds they are connected to. He feels the joy of a Renaissance artist completing her masterpiece, and the terror of a family fleeing a volcanic eruption in Pompeii. These experiences chip away at his detached, lonely exterior, forcing him to understand the immense value of the lives he is trying to protect. The power to manipulate time is intoxicating, yet terrifying. During one perilous encounter, he rewinds time to save Rei from a fatal blow. But the ripple effect causes a nearby rock formation to collapse, inadvertently endangering a group of innocent survivors. The incident leaves him shaken, keenly aware that every choice has a price. The central conflict within Kael intensifies. The Chronos compass offers him a tantalizing possibility. What if he could do more than just fix the timeline? What if he could go back and prevent the timefall altogether? He could save his family. He could have his old life back. This selfish desire wars with his growing sense of responsibility. Chrona warns him that such a drastic change is beyond his control and could unravel reality in even more catastrophic ways. Rei, who has lost everything, argues fiercely against it. She believes that erasing the past, even the painful parts, dishonors the struggles of those who lived and died. Their memories, she insists, are what make them who they are. This internal struggle comes to a head when they find a shard that contains a powerful echo of Kael's own past. He sees a vision of his family, happy and alive, just moments before the timefall struck. The temptation to reach into that moment, to change one single event, is almost unbearable. He could save them. He could undo his own pain. Vera and the Regression appear, sensing his turmoil. Vera preys on his weakness, telling him that her goal of total erasure is the only true way to end all suffering, including his. He is faced with an impossible choice: use the shards to pursue his own personal happiness at the risk of everything, or embrace his role as a protector and fight for a future he may not have a place in. In the final confrontation, Kael and his allies face Vera at the epicenter of the timefall, a place known as the Chronos Spire, where the fabric of reality is thin and raw. Vera has gathered enough corrupted shards to initiate her great unmaking, a ritual that will collapse all of history into a single silent point of nothingness. The battle is fierce, a chaotic clash across shifting temporal planes. Rei fights with a desperate fury, holding back Vera's fanatical followers. Kael, meanwhile, pushes his control over the Chronos compass to its absolute limit, deflecting waves of temporal distortion and trying to reach the ritual's core. He now understands that Vera is not just a villain, she is a tragic figure, so broken by history's pain that she can only see annihilation as a mercy. Kael finally understands the choice he must make. Saving his family by rewriting the past would be no different from Vera's desire to erase it. Both are born from a refusal to accept loss and move forward. Looking at Rei, who fights so hard for a world that has taken everything from her, he finds his resolve. Protecting the future, with all its imperfections and potential for both joy and pain, is more important than reclaiming a perfect past. He realizes that the Epoch Shards are not meant to erase history, but to bind it back together. The Chronos compass, he discovers, has one final function: to absorb and stabilize all temporal energy, but at the cost of its wielder. It requires a human anchor to channel the immense power. With a final sad smile communicated to Chrona and a last look towards Rei, Kael makes his sacrifice. he steps into the heart of the temporal storm, activating the Chronos Compass's final protocol. He becomes a living conduit, pulling the chaotic timelines and the power of the Epoch Shards into himself. An unbearable, blinding light erupts from the spire, and for a moment all of history holds its breath. Kael experiences everything at once, every birth, every death, every laugh, every tear, before dissolving into pure temporal energy. His sacrifice doesn't erase the timefall, but it stabilizes it. The violent chronological clashes cease, and the world settles into a new, stable, albeit patchwork, state. The world Kael leaves behind is not the one he knew, but it is a world with a future. The hostile, temporal anomalies are gone, leaving behind a unique and diverse landscape where different cultures from different eras can now coexist and build something new. Rei stands as a guardian of this new world, carrying Kael's memory not as a burden, but as an inspiration. In the quiet moments, she can sometimes feel a faint echo on the wind, a whisper from the timeline itself, a reminder of the scavenger who gave his own moment to save all of theirs. The message is clear: the past shapes us, but it does not have to define us. It is the future we build from its pieces that truly matters.